Hello, welcomes back everyone, and Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Vyi'zur here, my new bounty hunter, and we are about to continue the main story arc and begin our journey within the tournament known as the Great Hunt. We have two targets, one on Balmorra and one on SWTOR, but before we get on our way and use the galaxy map to head over to Balmorra and the situation there, I've had a few comments, both in the past and very recently, in regards to the UI. So hopefully you'll all forgive me. For those of you who may want to skip ahead maybe 5 minutes, you're more than welcome to. But I thought I'd just go into the interface editor and talk about how I set up my UI, if you would then like to do likewise. So let me just pull this up here. So I have this like layout, and I think I've used this layout for... And most of my series, what you may not know is I actually had to reset this up from Legacy of the Sith. That is due to the UI elements being reset. So if I pull out my interface editor here, I have all these bloody things. And all of them are useless. So let's just get rid of... So the one that I've got saved is Valakar, is that right? I had to remember that, Valakar 1. Let's just use Hask, because for some reason when I loaded them in, they were all like this, the basic UI element. So we go to the interface editor, and you have all of these windows. So then you can click on them, and it tells you kind of what element they are, the player frame, target frame. So we need, so the idea is you kind of grab your frame, and if you left click you can move them about. So we want to move these out the way, because we want to get, say, the other quick bars involved. We have a temporary ability bar, which we have yet to make use of in our series. But say we grab quick bar 2 here, we want to enable it, and we're going to switch it over to 12 slots per row, and then we just want to try to line it up roughly. Now we can kind of save, back out, and see kind of where it's lined up. So we kind of missed the mark by quite a bit. We might want to use the background as well, so we'll just move that over. There you go, that's quite reasonable. So now we want to do the same. We want to be pulling out the buff and debuff tray as well. And then we have quick bar 3. We're going to probably want to do exactly the same, enable it. 12 slots per row. And we're in fact going to reduce the scale slightly to make it slightly smaller than the other quick bars. Save that. So we're going to lower this down just slightly. Oh, that's the wrong one. There you go. Happy days. And then, of course, we now want to pull out the player icons and the target frame icon. There's a combat state. I normally just stick that in the middle. Tutorials, not bothered about them. Holo communications, pull them to one side. We have our companion and companion cast bar. I tend to leave them where they are. You have your group and operational panels for when you're in parties. I'm not really bothered about them. We have our notifications, our social notifications. Let's see, we have our focus target and focus target cast bar, system messages, the game download and arena scorecard will pull to the top. We'll enable our 2 sidebars for other abilities. There you go. We might want to pull the quest bar out slightly. The large tooltip bar, we want to unattach this to the minimap and pull this down here. And apart from maybe pulling the buff tray down, and with the buff tray you can also, you see how the sprint bars actually, the sprint buttons actually appeared up? You can actually add effects per row. And maybe do the same for debuffs, even though you should hopefully not get too many debuffs. And essentially, there's the target, the player's cast bar. Stronghold toolbar, not so important. Pull that out the way. There you go. Essentially, we've recreated my UI settings nice and fast. So obviously, you can adjust the scaling. I think I adjusted the scale of my quest bar slightly smaller. But all in all, we've pretty much got the layout. Obviously, we could micromanage it a little. But yeah, that was just under about 4 minutes there. Yeah, so we adjusted the scaling slightly, but it wasn't too far off my my setup so far. And yeah, you can make it more minimal, less details. Oh, one other thing as well is when you click on the player frame, you can show information text. So you can you can see your health actually shown rather than just a red bar, which people may want, especially for the target. It's the same. You can show information, so you can see actually how much health your opponent has. And apart from that, we have an achievement tracker. Apart from that, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really need to go over. But hopefully that helps. So, yes, we're on our way now. We're going to head over to Balmorra first. And we'll learn more about our target. We're going to have to get used to this helmet, this new armor set. See how the voice modulator... See if I like the voice modulator for the helmet. If not, we can always change. We have plenty of helmets to choose from. So, quest log. Yeah. This is the one we want. Travel to Balmorra. So, it's within the Corwood worlds. And we have a bit of a codex entry on Balmorra itself. Once an independent corporate and manufacturing world, Balmorra was defended by the Republic and conquered by the Empire during the war. Now the corporations have mostly fled, local collaborators have been rewarded with positions in the Imperial puppet government, and an entrenched and well-armed resistance opposes the Empire's rule. Despite brutal retaliation by the Imperial military against military and civilian targets, the battle to eliminate the resistance drags on. Droid factories and industrial waste sites have become battlegrounds. The main Balmorran spaceport is in the city of Sobrik, an Imperial military stronghold heavily fortified against resistance attacks. Now, some worlds will have dedicated spaceports for your personal starship to land upon. Other times there are worlds with orbiting space stations, which your starship will dock at, and then you'll have to take a shuttle down to the planet's surface. There is a spaceport located within Sobrik City, and that's where we're heading here and now. You're normally coming here between level 16 and 20, so we'll probably be level synced down to level 21, I would guess. But, yep, let's see who our target is.
You notice the Great Hunt never sends us anywhere nice? The Empire's been fighting for control of Balmorra for years. Death tolls in the high 7 figures.
Guess the death toll isn't high enough if they're still fighting.
The Resistance fighters have a lot of support. Rumor is, the Republic never really left. Let's see what Krista has to say about our job here. I'm starting the holo now.
Welcome to Balmorra, Hunter. Your target is the right impressive Admiral Ivanis. They call him Admiral Untouchable. Spends all his time on a fancy flagship surrounded by armed soldiers. Can't kill what you can't touch, Hunter. You gotta lure Admiral Ivanis off his flying fortress and down to Balmorra. To make things even more interesting, no friendly contacts here. You gotta figure this out yourself. And don't forget, the job ain't done till you're the only hunter left standing. Good luck.
I make my own luck.
That's what I like most about you. He's a war hero, all right. Actually won some battles against the Mandalorians. Wonder if that's how he got on the list. This is interesting. Turns out one of the Admiral's toadies is in the market for a bounty hunter.
Let's get every piece of information on them you can pull down.
The job listing contact is Lieutenant Major Pirel. And get this, discretion is of the utmost importance. Whatever this is, Perel wants it secret.
Imperials have the best dirty little secrets. Remember Drummond Koss?
Dirty is right. I don't think I'll ever forget that poor Admiral and his horrible daughter. How about we go have a chat with Lieutenant Major Perel at his office at the Imperial base in Sobrik? Find out what he wants.
I was going to say, is Admiral Ivanis then an Imperial Admiral? Curious. Well, we have a codex entry on him. Oh, that's what he looks like. Yeah, an Imperial Admiral in charge of the Balmorran military. Admiral Ivanis is an intelligent officer who commands the respect of his inferiors. He manages the war from a distance, preoccupied with the Empire's other conflicts, but watches with a keen eye. He was awarded the Empire's highest medal for planning Balmorra's initial invasion, and in spite of the ensuing quagmire, has continued to rise in esteem.
You there, bounty hunter! We want a word with you!
Take a number and get in line.
You see this blaster? It means we get to jump to the front of the line.
We've come to collect a debt from you, and we expect payment in full. We Corellians are very particular about our debts.
You killed our brother Vex, you pile of scum! You got anything to say for yourself?
Take off before you regret it.
We're not afraid of you, and neither was Vex. He was the galaxy's best gunfighter.
He was that Corellian bank robber on Hutter, right? The fast draw guy.
You couldn't take him in a stand-up fight, so you shot him in the back. Now you're going to pay the price.
The name Taro Blood ring a bell? He told us how you slaughtered Vex and then killed the old man, Braden, when he discovered your crime.
Braden? I can't believe even Taro would stoop that low.
This pair of Corellians are nothing but Taro's pawns.
Enough, let's fry the scum and be done with it.
You're dead!
Well, that was unfortunate. Taro Blood's getting more people, more lackeys to try and slow us down. Seems like this is going to be a common theme of our journey through the Great Hunt. Hopefully 2V can watch the ship. So while we as an Imperial character here on Balmorra, players from the Republic faction are lending their aid to the Republic on the world of Taris. Later on we will be doing a bit of a swap over, and we'll be hopefully undoing the Republic players' efforts one way or the other.
Hunter, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. Captain Rigel, Imperial Conquest Consolidation Corps. When the Empire invades, we're the ones who seal the deal. Don't suppose you're aware of the situation here on Balmorra?
It's my understanding there's some kind of battle.
Yeah, if you can call a pile of bodies a battle. The Empire invaded Balmorra in the last war, but we've been spinning our wheels in the mud ever since. Resistance fighters think they can drive the Empire off Balmorra. We're here to prove them wrong.
How do you expect to succeed where the Imperial Army has failed?
We are the army too. Other soldiers just don't have the capability to handle our kind of specialized missions. The Balmorran government in exile, backed by Minister of Defense Volargen, is giving us fits, backing a strong faction of the Resistance. The Minister is safely off planet, but if we break his allies here, we break him. We break him, we break the Resistance.
Why doesn't Imperial Intelligence just have him assassinated?
Yeah, I get your thinking. Cut off the head and kill the body, except resistance movements aren't organisms, exactly. If we took out Arjun, it'd be big, but as long as his power base stands, some other idealist is bound to step in. That's why we need to take everything out. Do we have the privilege of your support?
I won't turn down good work.
A fighter and a businessman. Have it your way. My second-in-command, Lieutenant Davril, is masterminding Phase 1 of what we like to call Operation Breaking Point. You'll find him in Sobrik. He's got plans to blow the Balmorran resistance sky high. I think you'll like them.
Okay. The Imperials want to hire us to deal with some more of the Balmorran resistance.
I hope they don't have to use those guns while we're here.
Sobrik City is defended by some form of planetary or citywide shield. See, they're actually getting bombarded somewhere. We have some like anti-air turrets here. Somewhere. Ah. We have the heroic mission terminal. There's quite a few. I think a few of these heroic missions are related to what I would call the bonus mission series. When you've completed some of your tasks on various worlds, there will be a after-story mission chain. The bonus missions is not something I've ever really looked into. I've never been too sure when you should actually complete the bonus series. People say you should do it just directly once you've finished your time on that world. But I would be worried in case they talk about future events. As if you were to come back here maybe like a year later in game time. So we need Lieutenant Davril and Major Perel, that's our contacts. But there are a few side missions available to us here as well.
Hey there. You got a second? You look like someone important in the Empire, huh? I bet you could get me to who's in charge.
I've got no ties to the Empire except what they pay me.
But you, know people, right? I just want to make a trade. The Resistance is a lost cause. I want to come out of this with my head. I got info. Right here. Where the rebels are. What they're hitting. Introduce me to the Mucky Mucks, and I'll trade them the rest for a berth off-planet.
You want to defect?
Now you're getting it. Help me out. I think Lieutenant Trishota handles defections, but he's been targeted a few times, so he don't take people off the street anymore. You convince him I'm the real goods, and I'd bet he'd cut you in a finder's fee.
Okay. It's weird that you've managed to walk into the city and want to defect and no one's grabbed you off the street yet, but fair enough. By order of Licinius Melchio, Imperial Governor of Balmorra, Resistance forces outside Sobrik have ambushed 4 Dubak convoys sent to the Droid military workshop within the last week, with substantial loss of personnel and material. Imperial Intelligence's tireless efforts have revealed seismic sensors hidden throughout the road to Droid. These sensors allow the Resistance to track Dubak convoys and avoid our armoured walker patrols. So, a reward is offered to grab the seismic power cores and probably take them over to the Droid military workshop. And of course, last but not least, we have a member of Imperial Intelligence, it seems, looking around a bit shiftily.
Ah, bounty hunter. You may have just stepped into a job opportunity. I understand you are not averse to occasional off-the-record tasks which require some discretion. One of our officers has just had an unfortunate dust-up with a valuable delegate, and we need to doctor the results.
I'm all about results.
So I've heard. This officer recently quarreled with one of our CHIS delegates. The delegate did not survive. The CHIS have provided crucial intelligence here and elsewhere in the war. It would not do to strain relations with them.
What's your game plan?
We have doctored a security recording to make it appear that Balmorran rebels attacked the delegate. We need someone with no direct connection to this officer to go to the room where the murder occurred and upload the doctored footage to the security cameras. With luck, we can turn this into a galvanizing point against the rebels.
Just point me in the direction of the action.
The delegate was killed in the back room of a cantina. I'll give you the coordinates. Just tell our man at the door that you're working for Brereton, and he'll let you pass.
Sounds straightforward enough. So, if we head along this way, we have the Imperial officer in charge of defections. We can have a chat to them.
Are you the officer who deals with defectors?
Yes, though I prefer not to be quite so open about it. I'm Lieutenant Trishoda. High Command has tasked me to learn how these rebels think, as distasteful as that is. Have you found a candidate? Someone of enough value for the Empire to recruit instead of capture?
A man named Griffin Remus. He gave me this intel already. Why don't you torture him for anything else he's got?
I'll send my men to pick him up. Thank you. I'll transfer our standard finder's fee to your accounts.
Pleasure doing business. Oh. This armor set also has the issues of not having a functioning jetpack. Okay, into the sunken Sarlacc Cantina.
Droid said, spend your credits while you still can, little girl. Good advice.
I'm working for Brereton.
Delightful.
Trouble on the way.
Right, upload the doctored image. There we are. It's nice and straightforward. Rather easy payday. Oh! Hey there!
So strange, isn't it? The way your past can completely shape the way you see a world like this one.
I handled your cover-up. As far as anyone else will know, the rebels killed that Chiss.
Excellent. And I have heard nothing of it, which is even better. Please accept this payment for your service and your silence.
Let's go have a chat with the good lieutenant here about how we should strike a first blow against the resistance.
Hunter, you look like a man who's seen blood. Good. The battle for Balmorra can only be won with blood, sweat, and tears. Our sweat, their blood and tears. The government in exile, the resistance, cowards. We're going to bury them in their little hidey holes.
Where do I come in?
The old government's sending generators to the resistance, powering their artillery. The resistance has given pardons to Balmorra's worst killers in exchange for a little guard duty. Phase 1 of Operation Breaking Point is to destroy those generators and put those killers to sleep. You in?
I see the potential.
The generators are in the Nibre warehouse. If you can blow them to pieces, you'll show the Balmorran resistance it takes more than cold-blooded killers to stop the Empire.
Okay. Find the power generators, blow them up. Pretty straightforward. And since we're here, let's go have a chat with this Major Pirel. See what covert mission he has for us.
Welcome to the office of Lieutenant Major Pirel. I am ODX-9. How may I be of assistance?
Tell your boss he is a visitor.
I'm terribly sorry, but the Lieutenant Major is in a meeting and cannot be disturbed. If I may inquire, with whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I'm a bounty hunter. That's all you need to know.
A bounty hunter? Oh, how interesting. I don't believe I've ever met one of you. My sincerest apologies, but the Lieutenant Major is currently in a meeting and cannot be disturbed. Thank you for visiting Lieutenant Major Pirel's office. Have a pleasant day.
You're dead, fella.
What was that racket? ODX! ODX, answer me! You worthless piece of junk! Who's out there?
Remember, discretion is of the utmost importance. That's what your message said, right?
What the blazes are you talking about? Ah, of course. I understand. Give me a moment to unlock the door.
Pirel's our only connection to Admiral Ivanis, so let's make the Lieutenant Major a very satisfied customer.
Who the hell are you?
My apologies for the poor welcome. I never informed that idiot droid I was hiring a bounty hunter. I'm assistant to the naval attaché of the governor of Balmorra. I specialize in intelligence gathering.
Master is wise and powerful.
This is Vyi'zur, an amusing gift from a friend on Drummond Cass. What she lacks in intelligence, she makes up for in entertainment value. Let's get down to business, shall we? My superior, Colonel Sarsius, is an incompetent fool. I toil in his shadow, though his job should rightfully be mine.
You're obviously more deserving of power.
Precisely. Even you can see it. But what's most infuriating is that Colonel Sarsius has the full confidence of Admiral Ivanis. Colonel Sarsius remains in power because he excels at hiding his gross incompetence from the Admiral. But we are going to tear down that facade.
The Colonel loses his job. Admiral Ivanis comes here and gives you a promotion.
We're going to work well together. I can tell. I want you to create problems for Colonel Sarsius. Problems I'm confident he can't deal with. Your missions will involve plenty of mayhem and destruction. And the pay is quite generous. Interested?
Generous pay is my favorite term.
Excellent. We speak the same language, then. Your first target is the Okada Droid factory. Before the Empire invaded Balmorra, We sabotaged the facility, turning the droids into crazed killing machines. Colonel Sarsius is very close to deciphering the facility's control codes. If he does, it will bring the droids fully under the Empire's control. The Colonel cannot be allowed such a victory. I sent a data slicer to enter a code-scrambling virus into the facility's computer system.
Huh. Slicers usually avoid going into danger zones alone.
This slicer's bravery was bolstered by a large pile of credits. And a full security team. The security team escorting the slicer was killed by the facility's droids. Now the slicer is trapped inside. The slicer refuses to input the virus until I send a rescue team. I'm sending you. The slicer's name is Zalia. Force her to input the virus into the system. Then eliminate her. No loose ends. We'll have more business to discuss when you return. I hope Zalia cooperates with you. I'm sure you'll persuade her.
You get to serve Master. You are so lucky.
In-
Mokir's master is generous.
Indeed he is very generous. So we need to find this data slicer with the computer virus somewhere within something known as the Okada droid factory. We aren't going to be heading over to where the droid factory is located right now, so we'll probably have to look into uploading the virus probably in the next part of the series. For now though, let's look into these seismic sensors and the resistance power generators. And while we're heading out of Sobrik City, we can grab our first heroic mission as well.
Convoys travelling to the Droid military workshop require armed escorts, and escort personnel are not available at this time.
So, you're telling me we've got your whole blasted empire behind us, and you can't even find... Oh, sir, I didn't mean... Obviously, the might of the empire is focused on more urgent, activities. Yes, glory to the empire.
Is there some kind of problem?
The Droid military workshop requires fresh supplies for its wartime operations. Supplies are shipped from here by due-back convoy. The resistance forces responsible for the raids against our Droid convoys are encamped in a series of caves nearby. Reconnaissance teams have finally pinpointed the location of this resistance encampment. Given your extensive abilities, you could eliminate this threat once and for all.
That seems simple enough.
The mission will have two primary objectives. Objective 1 is to eliminate resistance forces and defensive emplacements in the area. The second objective is to retrieve a set of stolen Imperial power regulators that the Resistance is using and destroy their main generator.
Just out of curiosity, what's the street value of those power regulators?
You are unlikely to find anyone interested in the power regulators outside of the Resistance and ourselves. I assure you, we can pay better. We will await your return. Good luck.
Sounds promising. Okay. So we need to find a base that the Resistance are working out of somewhere in the Goran Valley. Sorry, the Goran Canyon. Well, looks like we have an assassin here who's also looking to deal with the seismic sensors. Yeah, there's a oh, there you go. It's respawned very quickly. Handy. Let's disarm it and then grab its power. Just grabbing this. Thank you.
I'm not scared of you.
And we do have a bonus to defeat 20 members of the Resistance. Since that assassin may be going for the power cores as well. Let's thin out the resistance forces around the canyon here. Level 35. Oh, hello. Ah. We have a mission to defeat some resistance convicts and killers while going to deal with the generators in the Nibre warehouse as well. Oh, bloody hell. Open up the seismic sensor, didn't pick up the power core. Big orbital cannons here. And the final seismic sensors just over here.
Pretty sidekick, Buster. Decisions. Yeah, we'll do this first. Head over to the Nibre warehouse. Go deal with the power generators. Then we'll backtrack slightly to the resistance base here in the canyon. We have a bonus mission for the heroic to defeat 25 of the resistance forces and to defeat a resistance tactician. The tactician is within the resistance base itself. Here's the entrance to the Nibre warehouse. There's normally some convicts and killers outside. Oh, speaking of, looks like a few players are also around. I had to put my mind to it.
It looks like someone else is clearing them out. There's that bonus mission complete. We have a law object on the Balmorran resistance themselves. That's going to upset some people now that the artillery power has been disabled. And this is the heroic base of operations. Switch may go over to healing while we're here. Now, there are some enemies here who like to get in close and have some stunning abilities, so we're going to send Mako in ahead to get their attention.
You're gonna get it now.
Yep, that's what I was afraid of. Yep. Just need to deal with one more defensive emplacement, which is just here. We are looking for the power regulators. We're gonna go get ourselves stunned again. Go on, do it again. Thank you. Get it out the way. Oh, Christ. That was a mistake. I mean, yay, we got some more galactic season points. But, yeah, we weren't meant to, get that group's attention. So now that we have the power regulators in our possession, they never mentioned anything about dealing with the main generator, but I guess it's a tertiary objective to make sure that the resistance can't remain within the base. Along this way to tackle the resistance tactician here. Hey, level 31. Ooh, new ability. A Bacta infusion instantly heals a friendly target for a reasonable amount, actually. Of course, it has a 20-second cooldown, which is not ideal, but can I do... Okay, I can use it on myself. Okay, good. We have another kind of oh shit button. Here's the main generator.
Stop! Please! Wait! We need this generator. If you destroy it, we'll all die.
Who might you be?
My name is Men. My village was raised in the war. The few of us who survived came here to find shelter. Please, we are not part of the resistance. We haven't hurt anyone. We just need someplace to go when our homes were destroyed.
You got my sympathies.
I'm begging you. We won't survive without power. And we have nowhere else to go. Can't you just leave the generator running?
Unless you want to go with it.
What are we gonna do?
There is nothing further. The Empire's interests in this sector will see marked improvement thanks to your actions. Good day.
Good day to you as well. Oh, companion gift, lockbox. Another companion gift. One good thing about being in an instanced area, the enemies don't respawn compared to the overworld. Right, let's get ourselves over to the Droid military workshop with those power cores from the Seismic Sensors. Go on, shoo, get out of here. Yeah, I may adjust this armor slightly when we get back from Balmorra. Starting to like, or not mind, the helmet voice modulator. But without having a functioning jetpack on at the back, I may at least change the chest piece. We'll see. Wait, turn in the power cores.
Looks like the fighting hasn't slowed production here much. They must put out a ton of armament per day.
These blasted Balmorrans have no idea what's good for them. They should have fallen to their knees in gratitude when we first offered to bring them into the glory of the Empire.
People's loyalty is bought more easily with credits than with a blaster to the head.
So, if the price is right, would you assist me? Last week, Those wretched rebels managed to reprogram the defense turrets around Sobrik to detect and target Imperial troops. The engineers I sent to fix them were massacred. My only hope is to find someone willing to brave both the rebels and the turrets themselves to repair them.
What's in it for me?
I lost my best engineers to this threat. If you stop it, you're welcome to all I would have paid them. The turrets are scattered around the perimeter of the city and guarded well by rebel spies. You'll need to use this to neutralize their defenses, then upload this code to allow us to reprogram the proper targets. Those rebels will pay for their impertinence with their lives.
Okay, seems relatively straightforward. So, we've been given, yeah, a portable EMP. You know, something that we'd actually probably quite like to keep a hold of. But we're using it to deactivate the shields around the turrets. Like this. Someone's already beaten us to one of them.
Pushover, huh? Some more underworld syndicate plans.
The turrets are ready for reprogramming.
Hail the Emperor! I owe you my thanks and far more. The Corps of Engineers will more than compensate you for your service. Now those rebels will see how lucky they are to be part of the glorious Empire.
You're very welcome. Okay. So, it looks like we have another exploration mission available to us here. Just in this adjoining building.
Praise the Emperor! You cannot know my relief to see someone of your known loyalty and celebrated independence. You are the answer to a problem that has gone from insulting me to threatening the entire Empire.
Does the problem have two legs and a price on its head?
Precisely. I hear that's your speciality. My name is Gan Sakol. I'm a senior science officer here at Droid. Perhaps you've heard of my involvement in the Protactinian bomber design. No matter. It would only help you understand the sensitive nature of what I do, the secrets I'm privy to.
Let me guess. Those secrets walked off with someone they shouldn't have.
Indeed. Though that's a kind way to describe high treason. But let me be direct. I am not the traitor. My wife is the one who betrayed first me, then our empire.
Care to elaborate on that?
I should never have brought Kalara to this forsaken backwater. I was so hopeful when she finally stopped complaining. But no, she found her own entertainment. His name is Jerez Bant. He's a thug, clears the trash at the cantina in Sobrik. Imperial intelligence believes he's a spy, and I am certain beyond doubt that he's the one who has the design plans that disappeared from my bedroom drawer.
If he's got those plans, he won't see tomorrow.
I was hoping you'd say that. Your reputation for creative justice precedes you. The plans must be recovered before Jerez sells them to the Republic. He should be at the cantina now. I will gladly give you as great a reward as I can muster should you dispose of this refuse. Then I will deal with my wife.
Okay. Find this target at the cantina, recover the plans, deal with the target, claim a reward.
At your service, sir. Travel route is confirmed.
Pretty large walkers there. So again, serviced are maintained, ready for when the Empire needs them.
Evening, sir. What can I offer to wet your throat and bring a smile to your lips?
A mug of your best, then tell me where to find Arizbot.
Men were looking for him yesterday, too. Imperial intelligence. Whatever he did, I don't want to know. Ariz! Leave the girls alone and get over here. Someone wants you.
I'm working. What's your business?
Tell me what you know about Kalara Sakol.
Kalara. Can't say I recall that one. There was a girl last night. These spikes, like little thorns all down her neck. I've never even seen an alien like... Well, I guess that's not who you're here about.
Give me the plans, and you go home with your head.
Okay, okay. You're talking about the package I snagged from the Sakol girl, right? Good looker, that one. But not much between the ears. Anyway, here they are. It's just some data disks. I don't even know what's on them.
There's nowhere to run.
Hey, you've got the stash. We're done here.
Try not to bleed all over the discs.
Not in my cantina!
No!
Well, we made a bit of a mess, but these things happen. Get ourselves back over to the
Displaying all authorized destinations.
military workshop. Yep.
Travel route is confirmed.
You look satisfied. I hope it's because the wretched spy who stole my blaster designs lies dead on his own floor.
We just have to settle up and we're done.
I appreciate your service, but what of Kalara? Did you question him as to her role in this affair?
I thought stopping the spy outranked saving your marriage.
True. Though with no proof to the contrary, I must assume Kalara is also guilty of espionage. If you haven't tired of my sordid tale, perhaps you could undertake one more task.
If I wanted more melodrama, I'd turn on a view screen.
Then please accept this for your services, and may we both long serve the Empire.
So the senior science officer here would ask us to deal with his wife. Now, I would quite easily pick up this quest. You would have to escort her to a place where no cameras were around and silence her. You could give her the option to escape, flee the planet. I would grab the quest, but I have actually been summoned, so real life is dragging me away. What we're going to do is get ourselves up to the Markaran Plains, just at the top of these elevators here. And then we'll take a break, getting ourselves ready to head over to the Okada Droid factory. So we need to go find this Zalia and get the computer virus uploaded. No doubt there's a few more quests that we can gain a few bounties or credits for at the very least. Okay.
Never seen an ion cannon this close before. You don't think that's going to fry my implants if we get too close, do you?
I would certainly hope not. I would be more concerned about me making use of that portable EMP earlier. Either way, we'll take a break here. Thank you all for joining me. And hopefully when we come back, we'll enjoy some more time here on Balmorra and on our way to the Okada Droid factory. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.